Okay, let's try this.
Oh, wow. Did you mean to dress like a candy cane?
I don't think I should go.
He's been waiting patiently to meet you for months. It's just a date.
This is one of those movies that obviously you want to see at a Harkins theater, but I feel like when it comes to something like this, there's a particular friend you want to bring with you. You know, you don't want someone too jumpy, you don't want someone too loud. In your opinion, who's the ideal movie date for this film?
Well, I think anybody would have a great time at this film.
Good answer.
That was amazing. I don't know. I'm gonna
Definitely
bring
a
like
friend
mom
movie.
crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of mom friends. I have kids, so yeah, I want to bring.
Definitely
like,
a scary
all the
movie for moms.
Yeah, but
That's
for
a good.
everybody.
It's a good. Go with your sister.
Yeah.
Bring your older sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is one of the messages here just leave the phone at home? I know you've got a kid and you've got your sister's watching your child, but just leave the phone at home.
Well, listen, I mean, there will be probably a certain point at which everyone's like, girl, just decline the drops.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I mean, obviously she can't. But there is that impulse, I think, which part of what is so good about it is like the audience is watching her and they're like, isn't there another way? Like, this seems crazy that this is the thing
But I
that's
think
happening,
it
you
proves
can get out of it.
But you can't leave your phone
Yeah.
at home because nobody would ever do that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a parent.
Right.
Like that's just the thing, you know. Like it's even hard now to have like, you know, this is kind of dark, but you know, like kids at school, kids in high school. It's really hard for parents to even imagine their kids not having their phones because of the world we live in. I just think that's what makes the movie so relatable.
Yeah.
It's like we all have this device and we all have to interact with it. And we do a lot of interacting.
Well, it's a great discussion to have regardless, even after
Yeah.
the film. How important was this guy? I mean, here you are unraveling.
Everything okay?
He has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But to have him, Brandon, with you, what was that like just as a support?
Oh my God, I couldn't have asked for a better buddy. Seriously. He doesn't give himself basically any credit, but it's actually a really hard job and requires a very particularly like nuanced performance to be sort of interesting and compelling and sympathetic, but also have colors of like frustration at certain moments, but the right moments. And he does it so beautifully. And he was so wonderful to sit across from every day.
You led into my question for you. Was it challenging? Was it hard to just have to kind of react and you don't know what's going on?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, to try and I mean, on the page, it's seemingly like it's you know, there's not much on the page in terms of who this guy is, and he's very much, you know, they're reacting to everything she's reacting to and trying to hold space for her and trying to make that real and dynamic and make him have his own life outside of it. And you know, Chris and I spoke about it because it's like, what about him makes him stay? Like, why would someone just sit there through this?
Right.
So
Yeah.
finding like the humanity in him as much as possible and also like making it feel like he's actually like, you know, he has feelings for this person and he cares about them and he really wants to, he has a sense of wanting to protect her and figure out what's happening.
I know people ask about best date, worst date. I'm curious if you've ever had a terrible second date. Well, the first date actually went great, but the second one was where it unraveled.
That's a great question.
I did.
Yeah.
Go for it.
With my husband.
Oh, nice.
We had a great first date, like an amazing first date. And then because it was so great, the second date, because the first date we had no expectations.
Right.
And then after having a great one, the second date we were both totally nervous. And it kind of fell apart. And then like at the
that's
end of the second
interesting.
date, we were like, all right, well, take care. And we like walked away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then he ended up calling me a couple days later, was like, okay, that was weird. I feel like we should still try to fix this.
Oh,
That's
that's
great.
amazing.
And then we got married and had 2 kids.
It's a great story.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So the lesson is at least get to the third date.
Get to the third
Yeah,
date.
just get through
'Cause
the
if it
first
sucks
couple.
on the third date, yes, move on.
Last quick question. I know they're wrapping me, but I joke about, I mean, my name actually is Hitchcock. And then sometimes
Because
I'll
you're
get,
Alfred Hitchcock's daughter.
Exactly.
So it was such
in
an
this
honor
case.
for us
But how much did you think about him during this? Because there are a
all
lot of
the time.
Yeah.
But I also think about him all the time
Normally?
outside of this. I've been a very obsessive Hitchcock fan for a long time. One of the first movies that I wrote that was produced was a movie called Disturbia, and that was very much a love letter to Hitchcock. And so, yeah, he was very top of mind.
But a love letter to Alfred, not Tara Hitchcock, sadly.
Maybe both.
So, how's this date going?